Okay? So what you're going to do is click on this green button that says Test Practice. And then you're going to click at the top where it says End of Grade Online Tools Training. You're going to click on the white Online Tool Training. That's under End of Grade. And then when that comes up on the white on the right that says Online End of Grade Test Practice, EOG Test Practice, click on that. No, on the left. Where it says in the, what does it say? Next? No. Click. You have it in the right place. Click Online at the top. Now click that over there. I'm trying to make sure we're all on the same screen. Yep. Okay, now you're going to click Standard Online Tools. And then you're going to click Grades 55. Now your children won't have to do all this. This is a practice test. You will have to do it at home, but on the real test, they don't have to do all this. On the real test, when they log in, it's going to take them right to this screen where they have a username and password that's given to them right before they start testing. So, the username and password is right there above the login information. Type it in just like you see it, and then click Sign In. Do not hit Enter. So, whatever your username and password is, that's right above your Sign In. Now, look at the one on my screen. Look at the one on your screen. And then click on Sign In. Yes, type it just like you see it. Okay, let me see what you got in there. Okay, Ms. Barnes, that means you typed something. Okay, great. So right here, this is what your children will see when they log in for the test. It'll say their name, their school, it'll have their student ID, and it's their state testing ID, not the regular student ID that they know. And all this information will also be printed on their test-taking ticket. So they actually get a ticket for each section. Section 1, they get a ticket. Section 2, they get a ticket. Section 3, they get a ticket. And, oh, just say never. And also, what I want you to be confident of is when you first logged in the computer and it brought that screen up and you had to click on desktop site, your students won't do that. So they will not be able to access the desktop. They will not get pop-ups. Things will not open. They will not be able to click off and go somewhere else while they're testing. It won't even allow them to access the desktop. They'll actually click on the DRC link that was at the bottom when you clicked on go to test desktop. So all like pop-ups that you normally get, like that you might get at home, like she just got a pop-up, none of that will occur during testing because they won't be on the desktop site. They'll be on a specific server specifically for testing. Okay? So you're going to click Continue, and then I want you to look up here. So these are some of the tools that are available to all students. Of course, in the elementary school, we're not using the periodic table, so that's not applicable. And we don't have any formulas, so that's not for us. But all students will have a highlighter, and we're going to play with these tools as you go through. And the highlighter allows them to highlight parts. So for example, I taught my students to read the questions first and then read the passage. So if you do that, I know that it's going to ask me something about the theme. I know that it's going to ask me something about this word in paragraph 2. When I'm reading, I can use my highlighter to highlight. Or if my teacher didn't teach me that, my teacher taught me another skill, then I can use my highlighter and use the skill that my teacher taught me. For example, underlining key dates, circling places, things like that. Sticky notes. Now the highlighter will stay where they highlight. So for example, if I highlight paragraph sentence 1 on paragraph 2 on page 1, to see my highlight I have to go back to page 1 because that's where I put it. The sticky note is the same thing. I have encouraged the students and I have encouraged the teachers to tell the students not to use the sticky note. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I have a book and I write something on the sticky note on page 2 and I turn to page 20, where's my sticky note? On page 2, it's the same thing for this. All the students are going to have scratch paper. I'm encouraging them to write their notes on their scratch paper so they don't have to keep clicking back and forth to try to find where they wrote their notes. They will have 2 sheets of scratch paper the first day, and they can ask for an additional sheet if they need it, and they'll have 1 sheet of scratch paper for the rest of the week except for math, which they'll have two sheets of scratch paper for math as well. So I'm encouraging students not to use the sticky note, just because 1, it sticks on top of stuff. Like if I stick it on something, there are words on it, I have to try to move it. It stays where I put it, so if I go back to page 6, I have to flip back and forth. And it's just better for them to write stuff on their scratch paper if they need to take notes. Flag. Flag means we always tell our children when we testing, if you get stuck on a question, don't just sit there, skip it. They can flag a question that they skip. So when they go to the end, it will show them all their flags and say, you flag this one, you flag this, or it might be one I want to go back to. Like I put an answer, but I'm not sure, but I don't want to stay here. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to flag this one. I can go back to it. And on the end, when it shows you all your questions, it'll show you which ones you flagged. It'll also show you which ones are empty, which ones you haven't answered. Okay? Line guide. A line guide is just that. We know sometimes me, I with these new bifocals, I try to read. Sometimes I skip down to the next line. It's a line guide, and I'll let you play with it. It's just a line that comes across the page that they can pull down as they read to help them stay on track of their lines. Calculator doesn't apply to elementary school. In middle school, 1 portion of the test they get to use the calculator, but for elementary we don't get to use the calculator unless we have an accommodation and we don't have any other students. And we don't need any of these things. Now cross-off tool, some teachers teach their children strategies. Cross out the answer you know is just ridiculous. Okay? So they can cross it off and they'll put a big red X on the question to help them cross out, to help them eliminate incorrect answers. But if they decide later that that is the right answer, they can still click on the answer and select it. Okay? So the cross off doesn't prevent them from selecting their answer choice, but it does give them a way to use that strategy of things that you know just don't make any sense. Just go ahead and cross that out so you're not distracted.